following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Tom in Derry, New Hampshire. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Mr. O'Brien, how are you today?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
Good. This is like old timers week. I heard Rick from British Columbia. I'm waiting to hear Greg from Long Island.
I like that. Totally, man. Totally.
By the way, your website, unbelievable. Watching that thing change over the years. You guys are doing a bang-up job. You get great guests, and
well, listen.
Keep up the good work, man.
We appreciate you being out there. We never can do it without all you tigers and tigresses, Tom.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, a safe day. Let's kick into 2016. Have to love it. What do we got here? Expect the best. Believe something good is going to happen, and it usually will. Unknown author. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 416, NASDAQ off 142, S&P's down 48, gold contract up $14.40, traded at $1,074 an ounce. Silver up 6 cents at $13.86 an ounce. Copper down 6 pennies at $2.08 a pound. Light sweet crude down 30 cents at $36.75 a barrel. Bonds. The 10-year up 10 ticks, 126.07. 30 up 20 ticks, 154.12. King dollar up 180 ticks, trading at 98.92. The euro is down 25 at 108, and the yen is trading at 119.30. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? It's nasty out here, folks, no doubt. So, the SPY right now is trading down $4.47. You've done 167 million shares. Volume's blowing out of it. It has jumped the creek, and the creek has been set up, folks. We've been in this trading range since October 22nd. The SPY was at 201. That was the bottom of the range. The high is 211. Each time that we had come up to those highs, volume died in the vine. Each time we were down, the first time being the 13th and 15th of November, the next time being the 11th and 14th of December, and then the 18th. All of those had volume on the way down. Bottom line, that was the building cause aspect of it. Market jumps the creek this morning. Huge volume. This baby's right now at 199.27. You're down 450. Next stop is the 195.03. That's the high of the 2nd of October. We go take a look at the NDX 100. It's the same setup in the NDX 100. That is your benchmark, by the way. NDX 100, same type of setup. Each time that we got up to those highs, couldn't handle price. No volume up at those highs. Bottom line, also jumped the creek with conviction. We've done 37 million shares, blown away all that distribution at the highs. We are at 108.48 inside the QQQ. 104.01 is the first destination inside those Qs. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold caught a bid, folks, and this is a really sweet deal in the aspect that gold is going counterintuitive then to the markets. Gold up $14. We're trading at $1,074. You've hit $1,083 today. Your volume is 148,000 contracts. That brings your probability much higher. That number one, you're going to go for 1,088.30, which was the swing high from the 4th of December, and we'll see whether it can break that with volume. It's nice how that baby has set up, no doubt about that, particularly because it's been catching a bid all night long, depending, you know, where you were last night when the futures opened. The futures, our futures, folks, actually had opened higher when, in fact, China was still trading down. It gave them up pretty quickly, but bottom line, they were higher. Let's go over to the silver market. Silver still needs some help out here. We take a look at silver, and what we have with silver is this. Silver got to a high today of $14.18. We've done 47,000 contracts, which is good volume. Gave it up on price. You're still positive, but silver's going to get back inside this $14 area. When you go up or down and you have volume behind the move and then you give it up on price, you go back to that price point very quickly. I suspect we're going to see silver go right back into this $14.18 in the next few days. Bond market. Now, the bond market, man. See, the bond market has continued to basically say that our markets are going to go south. Bonds today are running higher, lower yield with conviction. The 10-year has done over 1 million contracts out here today. We're up 10 ticks. Not that that's a lot. Bottom line, you get the conviction on the move. Looks to me like we're at 126.08. The next step up here is 127.10. 30-year. We take a look at the 30-year. What we have with the 30-year is this. 30-year right now is trading up 22 ticks. You've done 202,000 contracts. Also has some juice behind the move. Now, the high on the 30-year is 158.28. The closing high is 157.10. The 30-year is right next to its highs. This baby wants to go after those highs with a vengeance. Now, let's go take a look at volume-wise out here. What you're going to have across all the indices, across all the ETF structures, is that you're going to have volume on the way down. Right now on the NYSE, we've done 610 million. That's saying it will set up about 1 billion shares. The NASDAQ has already done 1.6 billion. The NASDAQ's going to run in about 2.4 billion. Big numbers, folks. We take a look at the SPY, what we have with the SPY. The SPY has done 169 million, and the QQQ has done 37 million. Inside the Dow Industrials, what you have is this, is that there's, you're down 426 right now. The low for the day is 16,957. I expect we're going to be going after that low as we move into this close out here today. What you have, there's not one stock that is positive inside the Dow. The biggest loser is DuPont. That's down 5.8%. You have JP Morgan off 4.4%. Now, if we go over to these banks, this is crucial. The banks have given it up and given it up in spades. JP Morgan is down $2.50. You're taking out the swing point. The swing point that you're taking out is the 63.52. You're at 63.10 right now. That's saying that JP Morgan's going to go after. There's a swing right there. Well, 60.78 is next. And if you blow away 60.78 in JP Morgan, it's going to be a monster problem for banks, because that is like pretty intense right there. That would set up a $50 JP Morgan, which is just pretty, that would be absolutely wild. The American Express is down 3.7%. That is off $2.62. American Express, they're in big trouble. It's a ABC structure on the way down. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials down 413. The Nasdaq's off 145. S&Ps are down 48. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is off 417. The Nasdaq's off 145. S&Ps are down 49. Percentage-wise, this is what you have. You have the Dow off 2.4%. Nasdaq's down 2.9. S&Ps are down 2.2. In Europe, what you had out here is that you had the FTSE off 2.3 today. DAX was down 4.2. China, whole different ball game, folks. China was down. Shanghai was down 6.8%. That is once China is down 7%, they close the markets. What I expect you're going to have out here tonight is an additional problem. The way that the controls work in China right now, which we have controls on our market also, is that once you're down 5%, you stop trading for a half hour. What happened last night when they were down 5%? Immediately, all the institutions sent in a slew of orders that got executed immediately. As soon as it opened back up, put it right down 7%, closed it out, and I don't expect any different out here tonight. If we go over and we take a look at that market, we bring Shanghai up. What you're going to see is that Shanghai. So what you have with Shanghai is this: you're down $242. You took out your swing point from 33.27. We're at 32.96. This also is going after. I suspect the next stop is going to be down there at 31.88, which is there's a gap at 30.73. So that's another 273. That's another 220 points. And more than likely, I expect you're going to get that tonight. The reason I expect you're going to get it is this. There's zero fear in this market. Now, watch. If we take the VIX, the VIX is up 4, okay? So what's happening there, no doubt, is that people are putting hedges on in the option market to basically hedge out portfolios. What they're not doing, however, is selling. You take a look at the tick index. The largest tick that we had out here today was minus 1173. That's not even close, meaning that people are not panicking, not even coming close to that. Inside the trend is still running at 1.18. So it's hard to believe that you're down this much and folks are still in there. That's indicating that folks are still in there buying, looking for a bounce. That's always problematic in the course of a market that's down this much, that has a trend and a tick that is not pushed to extremes. That sets up a continuation of the move lower. If we go over to the FTSE, we take a look at the FTSE. What we have in the FTSE is this. FTSE comes down 148. Today, you're at 6093. FTSE is already into the downdraft that was created out here on August 24th. So the FTSE, next move in the FTSE was going to be down to 5874. The DAX in Germany, now what the DAX in Germany had done, that had a huge counter trend bounce off that bottom. You know, when we made the lows in August in the DAX, you were at 93.38. The DAX went all the way up to 11,400. You know, it got blown out of the water today, no doubt. And, you know, you're going to go right after these lows once again. The next swing point that the DAX is going to be going after is the 10,122. And if we do break that with volume, that's a very large ABC down. The A point on that is 11,430. Your B is 10,122. Let's call it 430, 10. Ooh, that's a monster. So you talk 11,430, 10,000. You're talking 1,300 points, which will get you into, that's 900. That gets you into the 9,700. Yep. So the 9,700 is going to challenge the highs of the lows of August. That's the way this seems to be set up at this particular point. The XAU, the HUI, if we go over to the XAU, the HUI, XAU today is up $1.28, trading out at 46.58. The Gold Bugs Index is at up 392 at 115.15. And when you do look at both of those ETF structures, the HUI is the stronger structure, which also sets up that the actual physical metal, probability-wise, wants to go a lot higher. So it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Well, they're all high-volume stocks out here today, by the way. Let's go take a look at them. Let's put the comp up. Where am I? Okay, so I get the S&P up. We'll put the S&P up. These are the high-volume stocks you get out here. You get Microsoft down $1.60, Apple's off 132, Cisco's down $1. You get J.P. Morgan Chase down 292. Yahoo is off $2. You got Wells Fargo down $2. Netflix is down $5. We go over to Facebook. Let's go take a look at Facebook. A couple of these high flyers out here. Facebook also jumped the creek pretty wild. It's jumping the creek, and it's jumping the creek with volume. You know, Facebook was making highs out here at 35 million shares, 21 million shares. The last one was 17 million. Comes off that high with 30 million. So Facebook, I suspect we're at 100.85. 100.47 is the next number it wants to get down to. If we do get down into that area with some volume, what you're going to see is that you're going to be at 95.18. Google, you know, Google came off the highs also with volume, or Alphabet. Amazon did the same thing. Amazon, oh, this is interesting. Amazon is really getting whacked. So Amazon's down $45 at 629. You have volume out here of 7.7 million. You're taking out the swing point of 7.4. Yeah, Amazon, man, this is going to be wild watching this shake out. Amazon's going to go after this gap. The gap lower on Amazon is 569, and right now we're at 629. So it's a big number. Let's go to our man Frank in Gloucester. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, Tom?
How you doing, man?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Let's make it a great one, man.
Thank you very much. Well, if this market continues, yeah, great.
I know it's you know, it's terrible. It's terrible, folks. Okay, that I know that the amount of money that's lost, you know, in the markets when they go down like that. And I mean, you already know I'm bear anyway, and you know, when you're short, and it never adds up. But you know what I mean, Frank? I'm elated because I'm short and it's going down, but at the same point, I know that it's a disaster. But I guess over the course of so many years, I know this just happens over and over again. So it's like, you know, personally, I can't take any ownership on the other side of it, but it's like when it happens, it's like, oh man, here we go again, you know. So
I've been stuck on both sides, and I'd rather be stuck on this side. So.
Oh, there's no doubt, man. There's no doubt. It's a patience deal, and you know, as I said many times, at highs, what happens is that you never want to be in the position you look back and say, oh, man, the whole time it was up there and there was no volume. It was nothing. It was distribution. So.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to China.
Okay, so CHAD. This is the direction 300%. Oh, no, it's a 100%.
It's 1-to-1.
It's 1-to-1.
And this follows the Shanghai pretty well.
That's pretty intense. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Now, this is pretty wild. This is pretty cool. Okay, you just stay right there because it's amazing that it's still trading, huh? Wow, this is pretty cool, man.
And it's got a long fund too, ASHR.
Yeah. Okay. You stay right there. We're going to be coming right back.
Sure.
Dow right now is down 425, 427. Nasdaq's up $149. S&P's are down 50. We're going to be right back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's true. Life is all about choices. At Everbank, they're making it easy for you to make a smart one with this special cash offer. Open a new Yield Pledge money market account with funds from another financial institution, or deposit new funds into an existing Yield Pledge money market account, and you could earn up to a $500 cash reward. And if you're opening a new account, you'll also get their new higher 6-month bonus interest rate, along with their Yield Pledge promise that ensures your yield will always be in the top 5% of competitive accounts at banks nationwide. Open a new account or add to one. It's your choice. To qualify, you must meet balance and other limited time offer requirements. Go to everbank.com/TFNN for details and deposit options, or speak with one of their banking specialists at 1-855-750-4051 for more information. You must act by December 31st, 2015 to be eligible. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 417. Nasdaq's off 146. S&P's are down 48. We're talking with our man Frank from Gloucester, and we're talking about CHAD, which is the direction 1-to-1 short position for the China A shares. And so what you had with this, folks, is that it's up $3.96. It's trading at 46.10. Now, the unique thing about this is that, you know, what ends up happening, of course, is that China's closed. You know, so it's a supply and demand issue out here. Inside of it, you know, and as I just said to Frank, you know, it's been trading flat all day because, you know, the Shanghai's closed. the amazing thing to me, just looking at this, is that, if you think the Shanghai is going lower tonight, which I happen to think it is, this is quite a trade.
Oh, you're reading my mind.
Yeah, well, listen to this. Now, and folks, don't go over and do this. I mean, if you don't know what, basically how to move with options. But I was looking, now this is where it's really bizarre, because this has options on it too. Now, it looks to me like the options are not liquid. In this one, we're at 46.10. The 42s are liquid today. There's 233 of them. Other than that, they're not. But that would be a cool way of also doing it. That you get a defined risk happening out here. The spread it looks to me like the spread's a little too much because they're illiquid.
Yeah.
But it's certainly not illiquid in a trading aspect. Right now, the spread out here is 8 pennies.
Right.
And when you take a look at it, it's like, okay, it looks to me like this thing wants to go to 57. Where I'm going with 57 is that's the low of the highs of August 24th. Then you also got 58.15.
Nice.
Now the kicker. Now this is where risk versus reward is always something you want to keep your head wrapped around. Now watch what's going on here. Last night, the Shanghai went down 7%, so they closed the markets.
Yeah.
January 9th. Now, what had happened in Shanghai, folks, is that 6 months ago when the Shanghai went down big time, they put in rules that if you own more than 5% of a stock, you could not sell it at all. That date is January 9th. That supposedly that's supposed to come off. Now, what I expect you're probably going to have happen here is that the regulators will come out and probably extend that date.
Okay.
Hey, listen, we'll find out. If they don't extend it, just picture this. I was just looking at that date alone that, oh, man, this is going to be wild, watching how you can't sell a stock. The biggest owners of a stock have not been able to sell this stock for 6 months.
Yeah.
So when you go over and say, could you just imagine that you're trapped like rats? And as you're trapped like rats, okay, so let's bring up the Shanghai here. We bring up the Shanghai, and what you're going to see, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to put it back a year, so then I can just bring it back 6 months. Let's see, what's that, June? Yeah, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, June. So if we look at June, what you're going to see is that the Shanghai, even after they put this in, was 4,100, and we're 3,200 now. So there's going to be people that want out that door, and this is just another indication that markets are bigger than all bureaucracies. So
yeah.
So I think it's a pretty good trade, man. You have to be aware that okay, let's if they throw a curveball at you, that curveball would be applicable, I suspect, only for 1 or 2 days. When you get a down market like this, yeah, you can get a bounce, but guess what? It's nothing heavy, man.
Yeah,
so,
I traded this last summer when it was going down, and it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
But you had it was a few days at a time.
No, that's what you have to do. There's no doubt. Because, listen, if you get another, pop at, well, 7% is... Now, watch what happens with these, too. It was up 396 today, and the Shanghai was down 7%. But because you're at a higher number now, these compound, folks. So as they're compounding higher numbers, the 7% and this compound of $46.10 is higher than the compound that happened last night at 41.94.
Yeah, so it's up 9.3%. I got. But is that true even for a 1x, one-time bear?
Oh, no, thank you. No, that wouldn't be true. That's
okay.
right. No,
right.
Thank you.
Well,
No, it's a 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1. Yeah, that's it.
No, those 2x and 3x, they're a little scary. I like this one.
Yeah. Cooking, brother.
Thank you.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. We go over and we take a look at the XLF. What I thought, today when you're actually looking at these financials, the bottom line is that they're selling those financials out, and the financials never got back to their highs, folks. The highs in the financials, as well as the market, was in May. The high in the financials was July 23rd. The XLF, $25.62. Right now, you're trading at 23.18. Now, the 23.18, you're busting the swing point, you're busting it with volume. So what that sets up same type of benchmark. That October 2nd benchmark is what you want to be watching, 2270. Now, how we get into 2270? If we trade like we're trading today into that 2270, it opens up the whole low of August 24th. And if the trend and the tick readings stay the same coming in here tomorrow, it will be saying that we're going to get there even faster. Because what the trend and the tick say and do is they're fast selling inside the marketplace, panic selling, and there it has not been today. There's been a covering inside the option market. You know, option traders buying coverage insurance for their positions, but there hasn't been a sell. And when you don't have a sell inside the marketplace, the probability of a bottom or a bounce just gets a lot less. We go take a look at Apple. What we have out here at Apple, Apple, bottom line, I believe this year was the first year that it was down since 2008. What you have with Apple right now is that what has been sticking out like a sore thumb is the August 24th high volume swing low, and the top of that is $113. The bottom is at 92. Right now we're at 104.49. We're heading for that. I suspect what you're going to see after that is that good old Apple wants to run down into the, this is pretty intense on Apple actually, wants to run down to $79. $79.25 from January 31st of 2014 is the last time that Apple had any volume. So down at those levels, that's going to be pretty intense, watching that shake out. If we go over to IBM, what you're going to see is at IBM, that's down 280. We're at 130.83. You have expansion of volume coming out again. And what you do have, if you remember, when we take a look at the Dow, when we're coming into Christmas and New Year's, okay, all the bounce that the Dow Industrial had, they were the dead dogs of the Dow. They were the worst performers of the Dow for the whole year. They ran up. If we take a look at IBM, what you're going to see is this. Here's the first run-up. December 21st, IBM was at 134. By the 30th, it was at 140. Guess what? 2 days later, it's 134. See ya. Don't want to be ya. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrial's down 380. NASDAQ off 137. S&P's down 45. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow down 360, the Nasdaq's off 131, S&Ps are down 42. And folks, at TFNN 2016, we're kicking off a new year. We have also a new schedule. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Nico DeHaan, Paige Clark, they from 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to have a 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. They are going to kick us off. They're going to keep you healthy, get you exercising before you start that trading day. So that's going to be pretty cool. That starts tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the morning. Noontime, 5 days a week, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim at noon to 1 Eastern Standard Time. They are doing swim lessons. If you are in the option market, if you want to be in the option market, no matter where you are in the world, guess what? You can not only do it, it's an outstanding show. Get it right on your cell phone at tfnn.mobi. On Monday and Wednesday, Darryl Mott, my son Tom, and myself, Monday and Friday, rather, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex. That program was prior to this only on Fridays at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now it's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday and Friday. My son and I are going to do the Money Masters Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then, of course, Andy Hecht on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 6, the Commodity Hour. So what we're going to have here is that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to have 9 hours of live programming, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm Mr. John Logan kicks us off till 5 in the afternoon. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be from 7 o'clock in the morning until 6 in the afternoon. All live programming. We take that, we rewind it all night long. So if you do enjoy the programming, folks, we'd really appreciate it if you tell 3 people. We're going to keep you happy, healthy, and bottom line, have you bisecting and dissecting these markets. Okay, so let's go over and go into the oil patch. If we take a look at oil out here, what you're going to see is this. The oil market today, where is she? Okay, so crude can't hold the bid. We're at $36.76. Crude today got to a price point of $38.39. Gave it up. It looks like not only has it given it up, we did 400,000 contracts. When this came down fast and furious. So when we take a look at this, what I expect you're going to see is this. Crude was trading at 0950 this morning at 38.39. It gives it up in spades. I suspect what you're going to see is that it's going to go after the swing low out here that was established on the 21st of December. That swing low is $35.35. That's nothing compared to where we are. The real key here is that going to be an ABC structure on the way down? You know, what we have inside this contract right now is that swing low, let's see what that swing low has. That swing low has 298,000. A couple days before, but the day before it is 403,000. So, you know, when you do ABC structure on the way down, all the way up, and the numbers are so close, meaning that we have a swing low that has really light volume. And the volume that we're talking about there is only 298,000. Well, the prior day to that is 403. You take the 403,000. If we trade like we traded today with 410, that would be an ABC structure on the way down. The probability goes much higher that you're going to get the full price projection. In this case, the A point is $44.63. That was established on November 27. The B is 35. So that is a $9 ABC structure on the way down. That would send the oil contract down to about the $30 level, which is just an absolute mind blower. There's no doubt about that, but that's how that's set up. The XLE, we go take a look at the XLE. The XLE is banging out a bottom here. We'll see whether the bottom's going to hold. The XLE is flat out here today. You've done 19 million shares. You hit a low of 59.30. Last time we were down here, we did 24 million, so that's not bad. We'll see if, in fact, this low holds. Inside the XLE, the two equities that you want to keep your eye on is ExxonMobil. Exxon's down 69 cents. Now, Exxon has volume on the way down. Exxon looks like it wants to trade down to 73.79, and right now we're at 77.25. Chevron, CVX, that is the other large weighting structure. Chevron is down to $1.30. That also has a high volume swing low at 84.25. So I wouldn't be touching either of those equities as well as the XLE just yet. We'll see how it trades when it gets down into those lower levels. The IBB. Okay, so if we take a look at the biotech index, what you're going to see is this. Biotech index down $11.87. We've done 2.6 million. You are coming into 2.1 million. So you're coming down, expansion of volume. And what this sets up, I suspect we're going to make a run. We're at 326, 60, 61. That's saying we're going to make a run down to the 308. And 308 area, folks, is the high of the low that was established on the 28th of September. So there's a lot of downdrafts out here, and what I do expect you're going to see is that it's going to be a fast move down. What tends to happen inside the marketplace, folks, is this, is that you have distribution that happens, and if you don't get out at distribution, this is just how markets gap down. Because what you have inside the marketplace is this. If we take a look at the SPY for a second, and we put the SPY up, and I'm going to put this up I'll put it up for 10 years. What you're going to see is that, we made a straight line run from 2011. From the lows that were established in 2009, we had run from March of 2009 up to April of 2011. You did a deep retracement, and then we just went, it was a one-way trade going all the way up to the highs that were established in 2014. That being said, so that's your markup phase. And the end of the markup phase, by the way, which is so dangerous, on the SPY was 130, and we're at 200. So what happens there is that 130 is game to get tested, which is really sick. But we'll see what steps and what type of price destruction and volume we have on the way down. Thus far, inside that SPY, I suspect wants to go test the 182.40, which is a long way down from where we are right now, because that is the high volume swing low that was established in March. When you're in a markdown period, which I expect we are right now, the markdown period, folks, so this is what the market does. The market has accumulation at lows, light volume. You have markup. Markup is nice volume on the way up. The longer that you have built a base at lows, the more that you can go up. At highs, you have distribution with light volume. And the longer that you have distribution at light volume at highs, when the markdown starts, the further the markdown can go, the more vicious it is. We had distribution, folks, for almost a year and a half. So bottom line is that, there's going to be some juice on the way down, which in fact we have. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow right now is down 306. NASDAQ is down 115. S&Ps are down 35. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 301. NASDAQ's down 113. S&Ps are down 35. We go take a look at those S&Ps coming into the close. You got a heck of a bounce here, folks. So pull this baby up, and what you're going to see, the S&Ps in the last 10 minutes just went from a 1984 to a 1999. NQs, we take a look at the NQs. What you have inside the NQs is this. NQs, the NASDAQ composite, the NDX 100 just went from a price point of 4437 to 4478. Is it going to matter? No, folks, not going to matter. This is how fast markets not only develop, but this is how bounces develop inside markets that are highly volatile. And I suspect these bounces will not only keep happening, but what you'll also see, and this is what's going to be pretty cool. So there's only 5 minutes left inside the 4 o'clock time frame. You're at 4482 in the NDX 100. You're at 2001 inside the S&Ps. More than likely, that was the bounce, and we'll see if, in fact, there's more selling as we come into the close. If we take a look at the 3 Qs, what you have with the 3 Qs, That is at 109.37 right now. You are right at where we opened this morning. We opened at 109.43, and right now you're at 109.41. Inside the SPY, the SPY, you are at 200.77, and same type of setup. We opened at 200.49. So volume-wise out here, it's going to be a monster hit on the volume. The NYSE more than likely will do about 1 billion shares. The NASDAQ is the one that really has some volume behind the move. The NASDAQ has already done 1.9 billion, even in 5 minutes. That can set up about probably about a 2.3 billion day. The SPYs, we go take a look at the SPYs, what you have in the SPYs. SPYs have done 198 million, and the NDX 100 thus far has done 44 million. So they're all down. They're all down with big bread. Gold contract, actually, if we look at the GLD, we take a look at the GLD. GLD is up $1.39, 102.84. That is going after the December 4th swing high. That December 4th swing high is 104.21. You did 10.6 million shares. So you can see what does happen inside the GLD. We're going to need volume as we get up to that level. The gold contract itself did have volume behind the move out here today. Gave it up on price. You know, we had a high out here of 1083. You're at 1074 right now. We've done 149,000 contracts. That baby is going after the 1088 mark, which was the December 4th level. So volume, wide price spread, all of the above. You can expect it to continue to happen. And what I expect you're going to see out here, if we go, if we go to Asia, what I expect you're going to see in Asia tonight, we have one more hour to do, but when Asia opens, you can expect that market also is going to continue lower. Dow right now is down at 293. You get the NASDAQ off 109. S&Ps are down 32. We go take a look at the small caps. So small caps out here, the IWM. IWM has done 56 million shares. You're at 109.96. Your swing point out here was 110.24. Broke the swing. 56 million shares versus 53. Broke it and broke it with volume. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials down 285. You get the NASDAQ of over 100, down 108. S&Ps are down 32. We're going to be right back, folks.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's kick off a great 2016, folks. Hope is a renewable option. If you run out of it at the end of the day, you get to start over again in the morning. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 276, NASDAQ off 104, S&P's down 26. Now, that seems bad, folks. The bottom line is that you had a heck of a bounce come into that close. That's not bad percentage-wise compared to where the markets were. Gold contract up $13.70, traded at $1,073 an ounce. Silver up 3 cents at $13.84 an ounce. Platinum down 8 at $8.82 an ounce. Copper down 5.5 pennies, $2.07 a pound. Light sweet crude couldn't hold price, down 17 cents, $36.87 a barrel. Amazing. The oil market, folks, had got into the $38 price point today, couldn't handle the price, came down, big volume. Oil is going to be going after its swing low, and as very well as an ABC structure down to about the $30 price point. We'll see how it goes after the swing low, but pretty intense. Bonds, just the opposite. 10-year, up 10 ticks, 126.07, had volume on the way up. 30-year, up 20 ticks, 154.12. Both had wide price spread, accelerated volume, did give back a good half the amount that it went up. Bottom line, though, you get volume going at the swing points. Bonds want higher price, lower yield. King dollar up 195 ticks, 98.94. Bottom line, King dollar still couldn't catch a bid. Pretty amazing, actually. King dollar looks like it wants lower price. The euro is down 25 at 108, and the yen is trading at 119.45. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. So the SPY jumps the creek out here today. The creek that we're talking about that was set up starting on the 22nd of October. The consolidation there, the low of that consolidation was 201.85. The high of that was 211.66. Each and every time it tried to get into higher price, couldn't handle higher price, had lighter volume. As we came down, first on November 13th and 15th, then the 14th of December, and then the 18th of December, each and every time, you had big volume on the way down. It blew it away today, blew it away with volume. What does that set up? That sets up 195.03. And right now we're 201.01. We did 211 million shares. There's no doubt that at the close had a nice expansion on the way back up. My take, that's all that is. That expansion went from a price point in 10 minutes from 198.99 to 201.01. Bottom line, you broke swings and you broke them with conviction, all of the above. And we're talking about the indices as well as all the ETF structures. 3 Qs, 48 million shares, down 236. Same setup, we're at 109.50. Bottom line, your benchmark out here is the October 2nd level. The high of that October 2nd level, folks, is 104.01. Right now, we're at 109.50. Small caps, we take a look at the small caps. Same setup in the small caps. Small caps are at $110.01. Now, the small caps took out a B point, took it out with volume. So watch how this shakes out. Your A point on the IWM is 120. That A point was set up November 30th. Your B point is 110.28, which was December 14th. So you get a 10-point A to B. Your C point is 115.35, which was the high of December 30th. That gives you a 105 price projection. The B point had 53 million shares. You take it out with 63. 105 is going to be coming at us. 105 to 106. Actually, 106, the actual low in this, even going all the way back to the low, which was established on the 29th of September, is 106.99. So your probability there is that you're not only going to get into that low, you're going to break that low, and then that turns into a whole different ballgame. But the Russell 2000, in fact, if we go over to the Russell 2000 is a confirmed ABC structure on the way down. We take a look at the actual indice. We were just looking at the ETF structure for it. The indice, the A point is 1205. Your B point is 1108. Yeah, so we get, 98 points. Your C point out here is 1160, which is going to give you 1,063, right? 1,063, and the low out there is 1,078. So you're going to, the Russell 2000, the small caps, ABC structure on the way down, it's going to go after those swing lows. Gold contract, what we have with gold caught a bid out here. Impressive in the aspect of how markets were down out here this morning. It has 150,000 contracts. up $13. Gold's going to be going after this 1,088.30. What I do expect you're going to see, folks, this volatility is not only going to continue. It'll up the ante here intranight as China starts getting open once again. Because with China, we had China trade down 7%. When China trades down 7%, the markets close. Bond market. We have the bond market up 10 ticks. 1 million shares traded, contracts traded rather. We are at 126.07. That's going to be making the run for 127.10. The bond market, 2.2 is the yield on the 10-year right now, even with the Fed raising rates once, saying that they're going to go up more. Bottom line, the market is saying there's not enough bonds out there to be bought, so the demand is higher than the supply in the bond market right now. The 30-year bond, in fact, the 30-year is right next to its highs. The 30-year is at 154.13. The closing high on the 30-year, folks, is 157.10. Yeah, so you're right next to it. We did 215,000 contracts out here today. That's saying the 30-year not only wants higher price, lower yield, King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? King Dollar out here trading at a price point of $98.98. And what we did have is that, this is a yin and yang. So we had volume, we had 38,000 contracts. That is saying it'll test the $99.30 once again. You know, there's a wide price spread out here, but that is saying it did almost get to the swing point, because the swing point is 99.34. That is saying more than likely we'll see it go after that swing point once again. Volume, it had we went south, and we went south with volume. We did 1.1 billion on the NYSE, and the NASDAQ Composite we did 2.2 billion. You stay right there, folks. We got a nice surprise for you. We got our man Nico DeHaan, Paige Clark coming up next, because they are kicking off their show tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be broadcasting at TFNN. They're going to keep you healthy and happy, folks. We're coming right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. With Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. And as we kick into 2016 at TFNN, we have a new lineup, okay? And it's absolutely awesome. There's a few changes. One of the biggest changes is that Paige Clark, Nico Dahan, they are going to be kicking us off at 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. They both have had a show on TFNN for a long period of time now on Fridays, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, keeping people healthy. This show, which is really cool, folks, it starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and it's all about health. It's all about basically keeping people healthy. In the trading business and in the investment business, you have to be healthy in a huge way. So,
no doubt.
Tomorrow morning,
yeah, we're
bright and early.
You're going to kick us off. I know.
We're really excited, Tom. We really are, because we have talked very often that we need more time.
Right.
Because there's not only talking about health. And talking about eating, what you eat is probably 90% of health.
Right.
And the rest is, exercise, keeping you in shape. But we've talked often about, we also like to go to the fringes of things and talk about what's really happening on the earth and everything like that.
Sure.
Because living a primal lifestyle, to me, means the first people who were here.
Right.
Who we know were healthy because the archaeological digs that they find people who were living off the land were much healthier than we were today.
That's right, Nico.
So that's the really basis for the show.
And folks, Nico's a personal trainer also, and I've been working out with Nico in how many years?
Oh, like 12, 15?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
it's been a long time.
And what happens, folks, in the investment, the trading business in general, you got to stay in shape. That's the bottom line, because you can make plenty of bread, but if you're not healthy, you're screwed. Excuse my language,
exactly.
But that's the bottom line, right?
Like the saying, most people lose their health trying to gain their wealth. Then they spend their wealth trying to regain their health.
Yeah, and
we don't want anyone to have to do that. We want you to get healthy while you're sitting there today.
Yeah, and really, Paige is kind of the expert here when we talk about vitamins, minerals, what's in food.
Right.
She's been digging in this for many years, as have I. My passion has always been to be healthy. The only problem was, over the last 50 years, I really have been searching because I've never felt quite right about it. Not until probably the last 6 or 7 years have I thought that I nailed it, at least for myself.
Well, it's wild. Okay, so picture this, folks. Over the course of the years, I'm sure that all of us have done a lot of different things to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And at one point, and my son Tom will start cracking up here, and if Caitlin's listening to it, we thought we were the healthiest thing in the world. I bought a rice cooker, right?
Yeah.
And these poor kids, we were eating rice every day. I thought that was the best thing since, apples.
Well, I did that too. Yeah, I went on a macrobiotic diet, which is all rice and little vegetables.
Yeah, right.
And it's really, I felt good doing it because of what they were saying about it.
Sure.
But I never felt right in my body.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit of what Nico and I were talking about during the break. The real key thing, though, here is we want to get to the core things that keep people healthy. And it's about bringing the right nutrition in, taking the garbage out, and maybe suppression of cravings and things for the things that aren't healthy for us, and reducing stress. And, whether you're a vegan or you're a paleo primal person, we'll meet you where you're at. But we're going to give you the facts and figures, and we're going to give them cutting-edge news, because that's what we do all week.
Yeah.
And folks, when you're listening here, right? We'd just like you to listen, okay? There is definitely a lot of, it wouldn't be controversy, but there's definitely going to be plenty of folks. We were together New Year's, okay? And there's when Nico and I were talking, there's a couple other people are talking, and this when you open the conversation and you say that you eat butter with your coffee in the morning, people look at you like you got 8 heads.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they said, what are you talking about? And before Nico had got there, I explained to him. I says, you know what, Nico's coming, man. I got to let him explain it. I said, but I'm telling you, real fat is great for you.
If it's healthy fat.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
and,
there's a lot of fat that isn't healthy for you.
Yeah, in a modern American diet, let's say, we have a lot of things that really are fuel, but it's the wrong fuel. It's like putting the wrong thing in your car.
Right.
And it took me a while to really figure out, at least for myself, what the fuel is. And the bottom line for me was, if you're hungry, you're probably on the wrong diet. Because even if you haven't eaten for hours and hours, if you're on the right diet, you're a little hungry, you know you have to eat, but you don't go crazy, you don't have the cravings, and you don't have that downtime with the sugar dropping, and you're going nuts. And that happened to me plenty of times in the past.
Sure.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Sure.
And it's a really liberating thing.
Right. So, the show on Friday, folks, outstanding show, the show Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to wake you up, get you going at 7. And remember, no matter where you're listening right now in your car, radio, you can get us right online at TFN, right on your cell phone at tfnn.mobi. So,
yeah, you can listen live, but you can also listen on the podcast afterwards. So, I mean, it's the greatest thing. Because, in fact, my son says, oh, you're changing times. That's a bad time for me. Are you still going to podcast it? Well, of course.
Sure.
We put it right on YouTube, and it's available on my site. It's available on the TFNN site.
Right.
It's available on YouTube.
But you're going to have the traders. The futures are open, man.
Well, yeah, and the big thing with trading is you need your energy, and you need
concentration and focus.
Yeah, concentration and focus. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to feel good about what you're doing. And I really do believe that if you eat the right food, and if you get a little bit of exercise in between, you're going to be fine.
Now, how are we going to, you're going to give them some exercises, right?
Well,
we're not going to kill you in the morning, folks, okay? But
no, what I want to do is every show, just before, we're going to put on the TFNN page. In fact, Tommy had told me there's one right on there. So if you go under the top news, and you look there, you'll find that where is that there? So we're going to TFNN, there's the page, Living 11, and there's a squat video, which we're going to use tomorrow.
I love it.
And this is really the start of the whole thing, because if you can do this, and then you free up your hips, you're using your abs, you're using the strength of your legs, you're using some balance, and this is the way that our ancestors sat. In fact, most of the world still sits in a squatting position. And of course, on the toilet, we don't even do that anymore.
Some of us do.
Yeah, well, I do too. Yeah, I have a little stool there that I use. But the thing is that we're so far removed from a primal, natural lifestyle that we want to get back to that, because that's, I think, one of the answers for health.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And as one of our Tigers just said in the den, it's awesome. He's up at 3 a.m. So,
beautiful.
It's kicks off tomorrow morning, folks, 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to keep you healthy, keep you happy, get you ready for the marketplace, and
it's a new year and a new you.
And get a great education.
Yeah.
Well, and we're going to make you think, because, we really think that the best thing is for you to do your own investigation into the whole thing. And you can listen to all these experts. There's plenty of them out there.
Right.
But if you don't do your own investigation, you're not going to be bought into this is the way it really is.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Can you guys stay for another segment? Is that cool?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. So, you stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back, because it's absolutely crucial to understand, and this is really, there's no doubt, this is different for Financial Network, for Trading Network, to have this, okay? We're really psyched about it, because I know, flat out, that working out in the morning keeps you as centered as you can be, depending whether you're a bull or a bear. Just think of this, I'm still alive, and I still got claws, and, the bottom line is that they got ripped off 1 million times last year. You stay right there, folks. Paige, Nico, and I are going to be coming right back.
All right.
It's true. Life is all about choices. At Everbank, they're making it easy for you to make a smart one with this special cash offer. Open a new yield pledge money market account with funds from another financial institution, or deposit new funds into an existing yield pledge money market account, and you could earn up to a $500 cash reward. And if you're opening a new account, you'll also get their new higher 6-month bonus interest rate, along with their yield pledge promise that ensures your yield will always be in the top 5% of competitive accounts at banks nationwide. Open a new account or add to one. It's your choice. To qualify, you must meet balance and other limited time offer requirements. Go to everbank.com/TFNN for details and deposit options, or speak with one of their banking specialists at 1-855-750-4051 for more information. You must act by December 31st, 2015 to be eligible. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, and we're talking about our new schedule for 2016. Nico and Paige are going to kick us off Tuesday and Thursday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, Monday through Friday, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is doing a program 5 days a week, folks, at noontime. And if you are in the option market, you want to be in the option market, outstanding program, phenomenal program. Daryl Martin, my son Tom, and myself, on Monday and Fridays, from 10 to 11, we do the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. That used to just be on Fridays. Now it's Monday and Fridays, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're doing Money Masters, same time, 10 to 11. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, our man, Mr. Andy Heck, will have the Commodity Hour. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we get 9 hours of live programming, 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, and we love you, Al, our producer, one of our producers. Sure. He's just amazing. 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night.
He's an amazing guy, and he keeps this whole thing rolling.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So, Paige, when we kick this out, well, no, we kick this out, but how are we going to keep people healthy?
Well, you know what? The way we keep people healthy is finding ways for them to do it and to be compliant and to stick for it.
That's a fact.
You're going to be healthy with doing things that you'll actually do. And as a holistic practitioner, holistic health coach, advisor, educator, I like to joke that most people like to go to Nordstrom's. I like to, for fun, I love Nordstrom's. Yeah, I like to go get certifications. So I run around and learn about all kinds of things. And what I found is people will stick to things that resonate with them, that are simple. And that's what Nico and I have tried to do. We worked with formulators for the Primal Edge, which is our supplementation, kind of a daily, I call it a one-shot wonder, because I really do I not believe there's other things that people need? Sure. In my practice, they come see me. There's other things that might be part of the tweaking, but You know,
that's the basis right there.
Yeah, so we created that. But I really want to help people this year get to the basics. You know, let's bring good nutrition in.
Yeah.
Let's get the garbage out, the toxins.
Sure.
And those could be the emotions.
Yeah.
And they could be, you know, chemical toxins.
Sure.
And I want them to kind of suppress the appetite. You know, Nico and I talk a lot about all the additives they're adding to food so that we overeat.
Okay.
Many of us are overeating. Our primal ancestors didn't have
Yeah,
that
they have
luxury.
that down pat.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean,
And then we wanna
the
bliss out.
cravings. You know what's wild is that there is. Okay, so the first time I had ice cream was the night before last, and I had had it for like 6 months, and I love ice cream, man. And I know as soon as you have it, man, your history, because I want to want it again, you know. So, and it's cool, folks. What's cool is that knowing the difference now. Because even when I do it, I say to myself, okay, man, you know what I mean? Like, how bad am I going to be?
Yeah. You know what? Let me just say one thing. What I also want to say this year is kind of part of my New Year thing is, let's just not take ourselves so seriously. Let's enjoy life, and let's realize we may accidentally eat a bowl of ice cream or a pancake. Let's forgive ourselves and have fun and just get back on track.
Yeah. I agree, you can, but where the but comes in is that food and what they have in the food is so powerful that you can say that in your head, but the bottom line is that guess what? Then you're at it again. You know
take
what I
that
mean?
little
but I
tub
agree with you.
of
You know,
Haagen-Dazs, and you take a couple of spoons, and you'll eat the whole thing. That's what happens.
Oh,
with
definitely
that.
the whole
because,
thing. I won't even think that I'm going to eat a little.
Well, well, sometimes you fool yourself.
We talk about the opiates that are in breads. I mean, literally, guys, there's opiate-like substances that are in the packaged, boxed, and bagged food that makes you, say, I need more. I'm not satiated.
Sure.
And the other reason why we're not satiated is because we're not getting the nutrition we need. So our body is programmed to say, I want more because it's desperately looking for some source of real food.
And what you know,
key right
and
there.
you know, it's so cool, and you can see that. You know, when we talk inflation and deflation, what happens, folks, is that if you go buy vegetables, fruits, and meat, it's wicked expensive compared to last year. Real food's expensive.
No doubt.
You know, what's not expensive is the
Frankenfood.
Yeah, is the dollar.
And that's kind of where they get you. Don't they?
$10 for a dollar.
Right. Yeah.
Well, especially people who are on fixed incomes or people that are on lower incomes.
Right.
Then they're kind of trapped into that. But the little known fact is that when you get on the proper diet, the good food that's so expensive, you eat much less of it, and then you're not buying all the other stuff because you're not craving it. So actually, it's cheaper. Yeah. It's a lot cheaper. We're eating better now than we've ever have, and our food bill is less.
And you're going to live.
Well, that's true, too. And that's my passion right there.
When we cut to the chase, folks, that is what, number one, the program is going to get you to basically, where I'm not going to make these claims that you're going to live forever, because you're not. None of us are.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that we know that if you do take care of yourself, whether it's 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, and live in a healthy way, which is dynamite, man.
Well, let me say something.
Exactly.
In exercise, we have a thing called countermeasures. Because exercise, to me, is kind of like a countermeasure.
Right.
Because we're doing things maybe repetitively, overuse, or maybe you're not doing enough.
Right.
So exercise is that countermeasure to fix those things. With food, it doesn't quite work that way. You're going to eat junk and then put a countermeasure in there. That's what the drug companies are trying to do.
Okay.
So with exercise, that works, but with food, that doesn't work. So you have to start off with the right food in the right quantities, and you'll be fine, and the exercise will take care of itself.
Food is foundational.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And the movement, and really about lowering stress.
Right?
How you move, how you breathe.
Right.
Yeah.
We know that.
And here we are talking to traders who may be sitting down or standing up for long periods of time, and countermeasures are like the thing that we were talking about with the squatting.
Sure, right.
And so every morning I'm going to put something up there that's very easy, that'll take 10 or 15 minutes, or maybe even only 3 or 4 minutes for you to do. You can go that at your leisure, between the breaks, whatever you want to do. Still have the brakes on because we want to hear the commercials, but that's how easy it actually is.
You don't have to do an assignment to do while they're on a break.
What really gets my goat is when you hear all those commercials that if you want to lose weight, you have to get on the treadmill, you have to do all this exercise. You can't exercise enough to do that. It all is about the food. If you want to lose weight, it's all about the food.
It's all about lowering the inflammation.
Yeah, and I'm a personal trainer. I want people to come in and see me, but I want to correct things and change their posture and help them move through life. But the food is what gets your weight to the proper. You're going to normalize.
And what you just said about the inflammation, it's huge, folks. When you get educated to the fact that inflammation is what many of the problems are. And then as Nico said, and when I'm explaining this to other folks saying, hey, you should go to Nico, what I think is always so cool is that, would you explain to me even 12 years ago, hey, nothing is overnight, man. And it's a change of a lifestyle.
It's what you do every day.
It's just a continual. It's getting up. It's grooving.
It's like that ice cream you're talking about. If you're going to eat a little ice cream every day, I believe that's probably what killed my dad, because he loved ice cream every night.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's too much, yeah. And that's the worst combination, because here you have the fat and the sugar together.
And the 50 chemicals
in there. Yeah, so you got a real bad combination. So once in a while, it's not going to hurt you, but every day it will. So every day you need to have that foundation.
So get ready tomorrow morning and get your coffee ready and go out tonight and get some pure
grass-fed butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to be kicking off with some bulletproof coffee, folks.
That's what I'll have. Definitely. Yeah.
Kerry Gold.
We actually call it Tiger Brew here.
Tiger Brew.
But it comes from the bulletproof guy. He's the guy that invented it, and we should give him the kudos.
Yeah.
The thing is we're going to deconstruct what you're hearing out there on TV, in the books, in the magazines, and tell you what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, we're going to be giving you a lot of evidence that we spend all week, reading, cool, cutting-edge information that's out there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this.
Well, we look forward tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Tom.
Cooking. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thanks.
Tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow.
You stay right there, folks.
Tomorrow.
We're going to be coming right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
takes your phone calls. Now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow finished down 276. The Nasdaq off 104. S&P's down 26. We take a look at the volume out here on the NYSE at 1.1 billion shares. On the Nasdaq Composite, we did 2.2 billion. And, we go take a look at the SPY. What you're going to see inside the SPY, folks, is that I believe it's right at its 200-day. Actually, no, it's below its 200 days. It's below both of them? Yeah, actually, the SPY and the SPY is below the 200 as well as the 50. So that's bottom line. You broke the swings, you broke them with volume. That's going to set up a lower price. Inside the Dow Industrials, what you have, Dow Industrials, now coming into the close, the Dow is down at 276. The Dow had been down to 16,957. So the Dow had a nice run back. You came back from that 957, so you had, 43 points there, plus an additional, plus an additional 140 points. So the Dow came back about 140 points coming into that close. That being said, does it make a difference? I suspect it's not going to make a difference. Why? Because you have the same type of setup. You broke the swings, you broke them with volume, all of the above. We go over to the transports. We take a look at the transports. Now, the transports have been a mess for a long period of time. The transports were down 156 today. We're at 73.52. You bring these transports back, and what you're going to see is that the transports themselves had broken with conviction the uptrend, and that uptrend was broken, on a monthly, let's look at this on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, what you had out here is that this uptrend was broken the month of May. It takes it out with volume, and what that sets up, we're at 73.52. That sets up a 5,200 transport number. Inside those transports, CSX, it's the rails that were not only dramatic, really dramatic. The rails have come down. They come down fast, furious, all of the above. Airlines weren't that bad. But when you do take a look at these rails, if you take a look at CSX first, you're going to see that's an equity. They went from $37 down to $25. Has volume down there, and it looks like that bounced into the close pretty nice today. But bottom line, that still looks like it wants lower price. That's where you go back over to the oil market here. If we go over to this oil market, the oil market out here, we got to a high of 38.39 today. We closed at 36.76. The low in the continuous contract right now is 33.98. That was established on the 21st of December. Now, the high volume low that has not been tested yet is the low that was established in December of 08. That's 32.40. It looks like, number one, that wants to get hit. And number two, and this will be really intense if it's ever an ABC down, because if it's an ABC structure on the way down, that is saying $30 oil is coming at us. What is no doubt unusual out here, and this is divergence, is the aspect that, we know the Middle East is a mess between Saudi Arabia and Iran. They're, basically butting heads out here. And what happened is that inside the oil market caught a bid, a political bid this morning, and guess what? It sold off ASAP. You're talking about a sell-off right from 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The oil market hit $38.39 and then sold off $1.70 and sold off with big volume. What that says, folks, is a couple different things. It says, number one, that we have a huge amount of oil out here. It says, number two, that evidently even the political aspects of what's going on cannot get a bid under the oil market. What I expect that actually is that oil at $36 right now. All those countries need to sell as much oil as possible. So the bottom line is that, yeah, they might be button heads over there, but guess what? They're going to be pushing oil out, and they're going to be pushing a lot of oil out, which actually, when you look at the expense side of the ledger, which they all have, you know, you start button heads, you start, you know, buying lots of arms, you start all the above, you need more money. More money equals what? More money equals more oil out in the marketplace. And, you know, at this particular point, we will get the numbers that come, the oil numbers on Wednesday. The last oil numbers that came out last Wednesday from the storage in Cushing, there was only 10 million more barrels that Cushing could actually fit. So we'll see where these numbers come out this Wednesday, but that's a big number, man, because once the storage is full, we know thus far what you have is this. You have tankers out in the Gulf, in our own Gulf. You have tankers all over the world that are filled with oil, and they're filled with oil for oil to go up so that there's trades that are going on. Now, that hasn't come to fruition in the past year. You have storage on land. Once that storage gets filled in Cushing, where are they going to put it? The bottom line is that what would happen at that particular point is that oil would have to basically recharge at a lower price for what? For basically all of us to use more oil. I suspect at this particular point we are using more oil, but there is definitely, when you talk about supply and demand, the supply is astronomical. The demand is less than the supply. So when you have demand that's less than the supply and no one stops bringing back the demand, that's cheaper prices. And that's where the whole chicken and egg come in, by the way, too, is that when people are paying bills, and all those countries have bills, those corporations have bills, all the above have bills, that is when they just want to push it out. They need the cash. They need the cash to pay, whether it's this month's bills, last month's bills, the prior month's bills. And yes, large companies will get behind in that aspect, but that's what pushes prices down. You know, if we go take a look at the gas market, okay, which is pretty amazing. Natural gas, okay, bottom line, still can't really catch a big bid. Right now, we're at 228. It came off the lows. You know, today we had 129,000 contracts. So that's pretty good contract volume on the way back. I do expect you're going to see natural gas trying to get into, right now we're at 228. And, you know, the 211 mark probably is going to get tested. You know, we'll see whether that 211 mark does hold. If we go into unleaded, right now, the unleaded gasoline, unleaded gasoline got to a price point today of $1.33. It closed at $1.29. I mean, this thing sold off like in a huge way. It looks like the unleaded is also going to try to get into the lows once again. And if unleaded blows these lows away, it's going to be really wild, because we came down to 118 in the unleaded market a week and a half ago. And, of course, with a 118 would set up, you know, as man Duffy in Denver is saying, it's 171 out in Colorado area. That would put gas, you break that 117, we'd be talking about, yeah, $1.70 probably right across the country. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow finished down 276. NASDAQ off 104. S&P's down 26. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go overseas. We'll take a look at what we had happen overseas today first. The FTSE was down 2.3%. The DAX was off 4.2%. Now, that's nothing compared to our markets because we were down only 1.5 in the Dow. The NASDAQ was down 2. The S&Ps were down 1.5. Now, you go to Asia. Bottom line, Asia, got basically toasted and roasted. The Nikkei 225 in Japan was down 3%. You had the Hang Seng down 2.6. China was down 6.86. And if we do take a look at that market, what you're going to see out here, I suspect tonight, is this. Okay, so this is how the rules shake out in China. Is that if you own more than 5% of any of the A shares in China, you cannot sell them until January 9th. China had put in a 6-month moratorium on if you own more than 5% of the equity to sell them. That in itself, folks, is a huge problem that I suspect we're going to commit to on January 9th. Now, they very well may change that and extend that out because of the route that China took last night and what I expect you'll see the route that it will actually take tonight. China, so the rule goes like this. When you're down 5% in China, now picture this, a lot of the stocks are not even, they can't trade the whole float because large institutions own 5% of them. That being said, they're still selling them down. Now, as they sell them down, if China's down 5%, the market closes for 1/2 hour, 30 minutes. What happened last night, and this is where they may change these rules tonight. We'll see how this shakes out. What happened last night was this. China was down 5%. As they closed the market, the large funds realized that, I got to get out because what will end up happening if you're down 7%, you may not be able to sell at all. Well, simultaneously what happened is that as soon as they were down 5, the orders piled up at the broker-dealers. After the 1/2 hour, they opened the market and they had to close the market immediately because that 7% number got hit. Now, what I expect you're going to see, we're at 32.96. China took out its swing point of 33.27. That swing that was correlated out here was the November 30th. Now, we get a gap that's opened, and that gap, folks, is at 3073. Now, 3073 is not as bad as last night because 3073 would get you down it'll get you down 200. Get you down 220. and it was 240 last night. But that's where I expect you're going to see this baby come down into tonight. So we'll see where that shakes out. But what that will do, if in fact you get that phenomenon happening, what that would do, that would basically send the DAX into lower price tomorrow morning, the FTSE into lower price tomorrow morning, and our own S&Ps into lower price. What we didn't have, now you had a nice bounce coming into the close out here today, folks, but what you didn't have panic selling at all. And you need panic selling to get into even a short-term low. Inside the trend, you're at 1.35. That's almost a setup that people were buying this dip out here. Inside the tick index, you actually had buying. It was a plus 1452. When you see a plus 1452, folks, inside the tick, what that is saying is that we are going lower. That's more buying than selling. All that buying came in when in fact that bounce was happening at 20 minutes of 4. But the bottom line, instead of a large down tick, you got a large uptick. That is not what you're looking for inside a market that's going down. What you're looking for in order to establish a short-term bottom is a large downtick versus an uptick. So bottom line, get your stops in, folks, because this market has velocity, wide price spread, and volume. Always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Don't forget, Paige and Nico tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Go get them, folks.